future me here. I'm currently editing the video that you guys are watching right now. One thing I forgot to talk about in the video was just all of the memories that I created in the Subaru and how special those memories were. But more importantly, I forgot to bring up one of my most memorable trips that I took in the Subaru. Because without the Subaru, I would not have been able to do this trip or do this series that you guys watched if you've been keeping along with my journey. So before we start the video, I did put together a couple of clips that I enjoyed from the trip that I took in the Subaru. Mind you, this trip was a bucket list trip. And so, again, without the Subaru, this trip would not have happened. So it's a short clip, it's not a long clip, but this is not only a memorable trip for me, but it's my most favorite trip that I took in my Subaru. So before the video starts, enjoy this clip, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. And remember one thing, it's not about the destination. For me, it's about the journey. I've been driving for about an hour and a half and we are stopped. This is common, driving to the Arctic Circle. We're not even on the Dalton Highway yet. We're on Elliott Highway, but even the guy behind me, he's getting out, looking at his tires and stuff. The semi in front of me or the truck in front of me, they got out. You know, it's just stop traffic. Every so many miles due to construction. There is a ton of construction on this highway, and it's just like sitting. It's a waiting game. No, I'm in the middle of nowhere. No. Here we go, the famous Arctic Circle sign. Okay, there we go, Dalton Highway. We're going right now. So I stopped to stretch my legs, and I wanted to show you guys just how beautiful parts of the Dalton Highway is. I'm finally done driving, and I found a place to hunker down for the night. It's about 11:30, and the sun starts to set at, I think the sun is done setting at midnight. It doesn't set below the horizon. It sets just a little bit below, just a tiny bit. And I think they call it the midnight sun. So we'll be able to catch that here in about 30 minutes. But I found this beautiful place, this spot. No one's here. I cannot believe it. I made it. All the way from Nevada to Alaska, Dalton Highway, Arctic Circle, Arctic Ocean. This guy is about to do the Arctic plunge. Oh my God. Just got through showering and working out. I had a wonderful workout. Shower pressure was perfect. This Planet Fitness is really nice. I love when I find nice Planet Fitnesses that have really, really good showers, because nowadays it seems like it's hard to find. Depending on what state you're in, some of these owners just let the Planet Fitnesses go, especially the showers. So I can't complain on the showers or the workout. Very, very pleased. I have a busy day today. Today's the day where I just take a break, I pause my life, and get it together. I have so much laundry. I've been putting this thing off for like a week. I have nothing to wear, hence why I'm wearing a hoodie, and it is nice and sunny out. Yeah. Also, I have to wash my Subaru. There are about 3,000 bugs on it. I'm sure my paint is somewhat destroyed because I let it sit too long, but I just have not been wanting to wash my Subaru. Also, too, I have to get groceries. I have 4 cans of tuna left, and that's kind of all I have for food. So, I got to do that. And also, I'm going to be talking to you guys over dinner about the pros and cons or better yet, a year of my life in the Subaru. I bought this Subaru March of 2024, and we are in May of 2025. So I've been living in this Subaru full time for 14 months. And boy, do I have some pros and cons for you guys. So we'll discuss that over dinner. But first, laundry. I feel so much better now I know that my Subaru is clean. It took me a long time to scrub it. It took me about 35, almost 40 minutes to get the bug, blood, and guts and everything off of my Subaru. I did lose some paint, unfortunately, but that just comes with travel and off-roading and all that stuff. Right now I'm headed to the grocery store to pick up food for 2 days. I usually shop for 2 to 3 days at a time, but I do have something coming up, so I'm only going to shop for 2 days, and that'll be good enough for me right now. I'm headed to Winco. I've been to Winco one other time. I forgot what state. I want maybe Nevada. I could be wrong, but I actually liked Winco, so I'm going back to get a couple days worth of food, and then I'm going to hunker down, take care of some work, some editing of videos, and then once the sun sets a little bit more, I will attempt to stealth camp at Walmart. I've done it in Arizona. I've never done it in Minnesota, and it looks like they got some great places to kind of back into and not be seen, but we'll see. So tonight is gonna more than likely be a Walmart night. Hopefully we don't get the knock, but I am just taking care of business, and I don't want to go outside of the city to find somewhere to sleep. So Walmart tonight it is, hopefully. Okay, let's go to Winco. Since I have tuna, I'm thinking about making my tuna, tomatoes, and rice, but I'm gonna get diced tomatoes instead of the cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna get the Italian herb one. I'm gonna go with this imitation crab. It's only $2.08, and I can eat this whole thing. So I'm gonna go with this. Guys, look at this. Octopus. I love Winco. They have everything here. I mean, it's such a nice store. I think it's a big warehouse, honestly. I'm gonna get 2 bags of these jasmine rices. I'm at Walmart. Just made it. You can see the sun is beaming. Parking lot is full. It's packed. This is the Walmart that I'm going to attempt to stealth camp at tonight. I see a lot of places where I can kind of tuck in and tuck away. I'm gonna do it. I already knew it's going to taste good. Just how I like it. This is wonderful. So, so good. I like imitation crab. Some people don't like it. I love it. That kimchi does take it to the next level, though. Takes it up a notch. This is delicious. You can throw salmon in this instead of crab. Whatever you like. Chicken, beef. But if you use like chicken or beef, I wouldn't use the, you know, crab and shrimp oil. All right. Let's talk about my year living in this Subaru, and I'll give you guys a few pros and some cons, and these are mine only. Of course, everybody has their own pros and cons. So obviously the main thing for me as being a pro is just how stealth it is. I can blend in pretty much anywhere. I can blend in a neighborhood, hotel, casinos, apartment complexes. I can blend anywhere, really. And that's what I love about the Subaru. It's very stealth friendly. It is a far cry from my big gray van that pretty much is a lot of times the biggest vehicle in the parking lot, unless there's other campers or other van lifers. I a lot of times stick out. But with the Subaru, I don't. And that is a definite pro. And I've just enjoyed hopping around the city. You know, recently, I haven't really been feeling like going to the desert or the mountain areas. I've just been going to the gym, exploring a little bit in the city, trying different restaurants, seeing different places, and sleeping throughout the city. And this Subaru is just been a godsend for me. So that's a definite pro. It's just the fact that I can blend anywhere, pretty much. Another thing I like about the Subaru is how fuel efficient it is. It is so much better driving long distances than my van. You know, on a full tank of gas, I can drive like 400 miles. And if I drive a little slower than the speed limit, I can drive further than that. Whereas in my van, I'd be happy to drive 100 miles. I'm not being funny. Like, my van was a gas guzzler, but the Subaru, it's so good on fuel. I save so much money on gas. And so that is another definite pro of the, you know, just living in a Subaru. I also like the fact that it's small. It's not big. It doesn't stand out, right? It's compact. I can park anywhere. I can fit anywhere. That's also what I love about it. And if you've been following my journey and watching, you know, a lot of my content with the Subaru, you guys seen me stealth camp in parking garages. I wouldn't have been able to drive my van in a parking garage. You know, I wouldn't have been able to fit. I can't fit anywhere in that van. Definitely not a parking garage. You know, I love the fact that it's small. And it just kind of fits my lifestyle of being a minimalist, right? It's very minimalistic. I don't have much in here. I just have the necessities and what I need. And if I ever have too many clothes or anything like that, I donate it. I typically, if I buy something like a piece of a clothing item, or if I buy clothes, I will donate some clothes just to keep that minimalistic, you know, feel in here. I don't want to feel like I'm cluttered. I don't want to feel like I am, you know, I can't breathe. I like the fact that I can maneuver around. There's not a lot of stuff in here, and it's perfect for me. Very, very good for me. And of course the cons are obvious, right? I mean, I won't get too much into it, but being able to, a definite con is just
not having an AC unit or a heater, right? I have, issues dealing with the weather when I'm in the Subaru, right? You guys saw when I was in Michigan and it was 14 degrees. I was freezing, but you know what? I'll take the cold over the heat. But again, I don't have a heater where I can warm myself up safely. Not in this kind of environment, right? It's a small car, which brings me to my next con. It's compact, it's small, right? I can't stand up, walk around, move around. I don't have a toilet. I don't have a shower. I don't have a kitchen. I don't have a heater, an AC unit, right? So of course, those are some of the cons of just the space. I'm very limited in space, so I have to be very intentional in what I keep and what I have, because space is of the utmost importance, because I don't have that much space living in a Subaru. Whereas in my van, I have cabinets, I have closets, I have drawers, I have the space above, right above the driver's seat. I have space up top. Like, I have so much space in the van. Whereas in the Subaru, I'm limited. So I have to be very intentional in what I buy and what I have. I don't buy much. I don't really buy anything because I don't do clutter. But yeah, those are some of the cons. I mean, it's hard to control the weather. No AC, no heater. I can't stand up and walk around. I'm very limited in, space. So I'm very intentional with what I buy. And I'm sorry, make sure this guy look like he can't park. Okay. And I think that's it. And just wear and tear, but I think that's a con on the van and the Subaru. Just constantly driving my Subaru. I have definitely put a lot of wear and tear on this vehicle. Just to give you an idea of how many miles I've put on this vehicle since I've had it. Mind you, I've been full-time in the Subaru for about 14 months. Occasionally I'll go to my van or whatever, but 14 months full-time. And when I bought my Subaru in March, it had 19,000 miles on it. Right now I'm at 62,000 miles. 62,000 miles. I put 43,000 miles on this Subaru in a span of 14 months. That is unheard of. That is how much driving I've done. But that's also a pro if you think about it with the Subaru. The Subaru is very, very good at just handling rough terrain, rocky roads, going off-road. You guys saw when I was in Alaska and I was driving on the Dalton Highway, I headed to Prudhoe Bay, and the roads were horrible, potholes, just uneven terrain, lots of rocks. Like the Subaru handles very well. It has an 8.7 lift. So that is also another pro. Like, I can go pretty much anywhere in the Subaru because it's lifted very high. It's built for off-roading. It's built for distance. It's built for the grit. Whereas the van is very low. I got stuck in the sand when I was in the desert. It was a lot. So that technically is a pro. Like, it can handle wear and tear pretty well. But again, a con is that, because this is my home, because I'm living in it, I'm always traveling, always driving, I do put a lot of wear and tear on it. But, it's been an all-around great 14 months living in the Subaru. I have been able to go places and do things that I normally wouldn't have done if I was in my van. My anxiety level is gone. I had so much anxiety, excuse me, when I was in my van, just because of the mere fact of me standing out everywhere I went. But now I don't feel seen in the Subaru. I blend. I don't feel seen at all, and that is just such a really good feeling. And a lot of you are probably wondering, well, how is it sleeping in such a tight space? I love it. I don't feel claustrophobic. I don't feel like I can't move. I can toss, I can turn, I can switch positions. I'm good. My head doesn't hit the ceiling. Like, I'm fine. The best way I could describe it is sleeping back there is like a warm, tight hug. I feel secured. I feel comforted. I feel good. I don't feel exposed. I feel hidden. I don't feel like I'm out in the open. And another big thing I get too is I get a lot of questions about going to the bathroom. I've told you guys I do have a way of going to the bathroom, but I'm not going to show that. That's my privacy, and I don't want to like expose that and put that online. Just YouTube it or Google it and use your imagination and, you know, see how us women use the bathroom in here. There are plenty of women that are on YouTube that live in vehicles that will show you how they go to the bathroom, that live in Subarus, that live in cars. I'm not one of them, but I do have a method. And it works just fine for me. No, I've never peed on my seats or anything like that. Never. Knock on wood, hope I never ever. But I do have a way of doing it. And for me, it works. And I'm willing to go through all of that because of how secured and how safe I feel being in the Subaru. So yeah. This is so good. I do keep up with the maintenance, oil change, you know, if I'm driving long distances, 3,000-4,000 miles, I get the engine inspected, get everything checked. I stay up to date with, you know, at 55,000 miles, you need to do this. At 60 miles, you need to do 60,000 miles, you need to do this. At 45,000 miles, you need to do this. I've done all of that. Spark plugs change, rear differential fluid change. I've done it all. Like, I keep up with the maintenance. But that's also I wouldn't say it's a con, but that's just something to think about if you ever consider, you know, living on the road full time or being a nomad is, you know, an added bill is just the maintenance and upkeep on your vehicle. But I swear by Subaru. If you are thinking of living on the road full time and you are thinking about what vehicles to buy, as far as living in and comfortability, I would look at a Subaru Forester. I sure would. You know, a Crosstrek is nice, but it's just too small. Forester is perfect. But that's how I feel. It's been an overall good 14 months, overall good year. Lots of memories. I've been everywhere in this thing, and it hasn't given me any problems. And it's a good vehicle. It's a solid vehicle. I feel like the pros outweigh the cons, and that is why I will continue to keep this as a means to travel and live in addition to my van. I'm at Walmart, and there Walmart is right there, and this is kind of where I'm parking for the night. You can't really see, but there's a car next to me and it's empty. It's probably like a Walmart employee. Walmart is about to close in about 20 minutes. And I'm parked like right next to a tree. There's a tree right on my passenger side, kind of coming over me, giving me some shade. It's a nice breeze. I've got my sunroof cracked just a little bit. But this is where I'm at, guys. This is where I'm going to stay. Hopefully I don't get bothered. I shouldn't. But we'll see. We will see. Still a lot of cars in the parking lot for 20 minutes. I'm thinking maybe it is night shift. I do see a few vans, so I think I should be fine. And I see an RV too down there, and then a few vans over here. So, and then some cars. I think some people might be living in their vehicles. So I think I might be fine, but let's cross our fingers. I am going to get ready for bed. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a guy walking. And this guy's standing with his peeing. And the guy just walks right by him. What is going on? Bro turned around and looked at him and kept walking. What is going on in this parking lot? I don't even know if I should stay after this. An old man. What a disgusting... That is so freaking disgusting, dude. So disgusting. Bro, you are disgusting. Guy finally got back in his car, but I am gonna go ahead and relocate. I just cannot park behind him. He grosses me out. He's disgusting. And he lives in his car, but you just got out and just like full throttle pulled out your freaking manhood and then just started peeing. I don't even know if I want to stay in this Walmart parking lot. This is too much. It's too much going on in this lot. You just no kind of any awareness of, hey, maybe I shouldn't pull out my manhood and in public and pee. He's so disgusting. I'm just grossed out by him, guys. So now I'm moving, as you can see. I just cannot. I'm gonna park over here somewhere. Okay, I moved to a different location in Walmart. I feel a lot better, and there are RVs and over here. So I mean, jackpot. I moved way to the clear across the parking lot of Walmart. Didn't know all these people were over here. So, you know, there's Walmart. And I'll be staying here tonight. Unless something gets sketchy. I don't know, guys. I gotta sit up front and fill out this Walmart for a minute because let me put the light on so you guys can see me. This Walmart just feels a bit off to me. I mean, I'm gonna sit up front for a minute and kind of fill it out, and if everything feels okay, then I'll stay. If not, I'm gonna have to switch locations. It's been 30 minutes, and for peace of mind, I'm gonna go ahead and relocate. We're just too packed in. It's a lot going on at this Walmart, and then somebody just pulled in right next to me, right there. I don't know if you can see him on my driver's side. Like, we're on top of each other, and I'm not used to this. This was an epic fail, so I am gonna go ahead and find somewhere else to sleep. Yeah, I'm leaving. I never do this, guys. It's very, very rare that when I find a place, I leave. I just I don't really feel comfortable here, and so I am going to leave. And it's starting to rain, so it is time for me to get up out of here. How do I get up out of here, guys? How do I get up out of here? Okay. All right, guys. Yep, I just don't feel comfortable. This Walmart is the type of Walmart you see like on like these wild and wilding out TV shows. Your girl gotta go, fam. I found a place where I'm gonna sleep. All right, let's go. Like I said, it's very, very, it rarely happens to me that when I find a place, I hunker down, that I leave. I've done it before, but it does not happen all the time. I just didn't feel comfortable. It was too much going on. There were still people kind of walking around, you know, hollering, screaming, running around the parking lot. The old dude peeing, getting out smoking, and it was. And then I finally found a spot, you know, somewhat kind of in the back, and then, you know, someone pulls up literally you know, one car spot away from me. And I'm not saying like I own the parking lot, but there are a lot of other spots, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. And I saw that car driving around the parking lot and parking and moving and driving around, and I'm not saying they're sketch. For me, I'm doing it for me. So I'm leaving. And then I've gotten the question from you guys, does it not everybody, but I have gotten this several times. Does it get exhausting living on the road? Nights like this, you know, it does. You know, it's almost 11:30 at night. I was ready to get some good sleep, and you know, I've got to leave and drive away somewhere else. So yeah, it does. When nights like this, it's just like, it's frustrating. Who wants to be up looking for somewhere safe to sleep, and you know, not only safe, but a place where you can kind of blend and not get that knock. So yeah, nights like this is just frustrating. But I've been doing, you know, this for, in the Subaru, I've been doing it for 14 months, so I should be used to it by now, right? Okay guys, I am at a hotel parking lot, and I'm so glad I found this because I am exhausted. I cannot sleep anymore or stay up anymore, so this is where I'm sleeping for the night. Plenty of lights. There's a white truck on my driver's side that you guys can't see, and then there's an SUV on my passenger side. But this is where I'm sleeping tonight. Climbing in the back. Put a light on so you can see me. All right, we are back in the bag. Now I just have to put my window covers up. Whew. Good morning. What time is it? It is 6:05. All right, it's time for me to get up. Oh. Car is nice and warmed up. It is time for me to head to the gym and get my day started. Workout, shower, all of that good stuff. That Walmart was the jungle. It was wild. There was no way I was going to stay in it. You had people roaming the parking lots way after Walmart was closed. You had a guy get out, pee right out in the open, just look around, pull his manhood out and started peeing. And as cars are driving by and you got a guy walking by, turn around, looked at him. I'm like, this is too much. Then I moved locations because I don't know if you guys remember, I moved locations, right? And I finally found a spot on the other side of the Walmart parking lot where I felt tucked away, cozy, comfortable. And then here comes a car that's been roaming the parking lot, parked right next to me, like literally one spot over, when there's all those spots that are open. I was like, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, was him. I don't know if you guys remember when I stealth camped in Vegas and I was in the parking garage and that guy parked literally right next to me. All open spots. He parked right next to me, like one spot over. And then he got out, went to the back of his car and relieved himself in the parking lot. Like, I was like, couldn't believe I was watching this. Like, pulled your stuff out, relieved yourself, right? And we're parked right next to each other. I have flashbacks of that time. And I didn't move. And you guys were like, why didn't you move? Because I was tired. It was late. I was already comfortable. And it would have just, I should have, right? I should have just jumped in, started with the car and while he's peeing, but I didn't. I didn't want to, you know, this day and age, people are crazy. I just dealt with it. But last night, the guy relieving himself, the guy parking next to me, it was over. I have flashbacks of Vegas, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I left. Some Walmart parking lots are literally not meant to be stealth camped in, overnight in. Walmart is like crazy. Not only is the inside of the store crazy, but there's always something going on the outside. I don't know what it is about Walmart and what goes on there, but I don't know. I had to go. That was just too much. Woo, that was crazy. All right, guys. I'm going to head to the gym and get my day started. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Peace.